In this video, I'm going to cover the 9 most common myths when it comes to selling your house. Stay tuned. What's up everybody? Andrew Lake here with the Lake team in Houston, Texas. Welcome back to our channel, and we have another fantastic video lined up for you guys today. And if you have not already, go ahead and smash that subscribe button down below. We try our best to give you guys the best real estate content to put out to you guys each and every single week. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into today's topic, which is the 9 common myths that most home sellers believe. All right, so I'm going to go over some some hard to hear kind of things, or hard to hear kind of stuff if you believe in any of these myths. But we're going to go over some of these and break these down into detail, and we're going to bust these myths wide open. So myth number 1 is the price is set by the seller. Wow, this couldn't be the most furthest from the actual truth. Let me first explain how price is set. Price is set by the market conditions, the market standards. The market lets you know what the price is, right? I mean, of course, the higher the price, the better for everybody when it comes to listing agent and when it comes to you as a seller. But the price is set by the market. You know, like you can't. I mean, think of it like trying to buy. I mean, you have two identical cars, right? Let's say you have a Denali. You have 2 identical Denalis, and one guy's asking $60,000 for his. The other guy's asking $150,000 for his. I mean, they're identical. I mean, which one are you going to go for? And you have all these other Denalis are about $60,000 because that's what the market is bearing right now, right? All the market is bearing a $60,000 Denali. Actually, they're like $80,000, but that's besides the point. But you know, the market is bearing a certain price, and you have this one little guy over here that's trying to get 150, but he'll never get it because the market does not accept that price. So the price is set by the market, and the best way I can tell you to figure out that is to get with your agent, whether it's myself or whether it's somebody else. Get with your agent and figure out what comps are around your area and your neighborhood, and figure out how much you could sell your house for. And then that's, then you make the decision. Okay, well, I didn't know. I thought I could sell my house for more, so I'm probably going to hold off on selling for a little bit. Or you're just like, okay, fine, I'll sell it at that market conditions, basically. Myth number 2 is overpricing a home results in a higher offer. Okay, this goes hand in hand with the last myth that we just busted open. So overpricing a home, all that's actually going to do is make your listing stale, right? It's going to be a stale chip. It's going to be a stale cake. Like, it's just going to something. I mean, it's just going to start stinking up the place because it's just sitting around. And that days on the market metric is just starting to tick upwards every single day. And the buyer's perception is going to be like, something is wrong with this house, and they are overpriced. Again, going back to the car example, the Denali example, it's going to start getting stale, and then you're eventually going to reduce your price anyways if you are serious about selling. And then they're going to wonder, even though if you do that price correction after so long, buyers are still going to have the perception of, why haven't they sold yet? And they're going to think something is terribly wrong with your house and probably get scared. So the next one is myth number 3, which is pricing it high to negotiate down. So this is a very bad strategy to begin with. This isn't how things are done. You never want to negotiate down. For one, all you're inviting is lowball offers because your listing has been stale. It's been sitting on the market forever and a day. Again, the days on the market are going to start ticking upwards again, or continue to tick upwards. And then you'll end up reducing anyways, and you're going to chase the market down. So if you're in a downward market, we're not in one right now, but if you're in a downward market and you list high and that market's continually going down, well, you're just going to chase the market down, and you're never going to be ahead of the curve. So in a downward market, you want to list, just below where it's about to hit, right? That's where you kind of want to list in a downward market. An upward market, you don't want to get greedy and start taking advantage of people. If it's coming up, you don't want to list way up here and just wait for a little while, because you are taking a chance. You are taking a chance of the market correcting itself and coming back down. Well, guess what? Now you're back down to chasing the market. So you don't want to do that. You want to list in a sweet spot, and what that sweet spot looks like, I can explain to you guys should you ever want me to. But if you're watching this, you're in the Houston area, and you ever call us out for the listing appointment, I'll be able to explain where sweet spots are. And actually, I did a video about about the sweet spots and where to list or what price, pricing strategies. And actually, I'll try to find that and put it up here somewhere or in the link in the description. But nonetheless, you need to price strategically. And my best advice to you guys is, especially in today's market, is list where buyers are going to drive the price up to you anyways, right? So if you want $330,000 and you know that things are flying off the shelf, but you're at the tip top and you're probably more than anybody else is paying for right now, maybe list at like $299 or and just right at that 300 mark, and then let buyers just compete against each other and drive the price up in a matter of days rather than months. That's just a quick example. I'm not necessarily saying you're going to list $30,000 below market value. By no means am I saying that. But just keep in mind, you want to negotiate up, not down. So myth number 4 is a quick offer means it was overpriced. That's not the case. It's not always the case. We're going to bust this one open too. Going back to our previous example, a quick offer means you were priced appropriately, right? If you didn't get an offer, that means you're not priced right. The buyers are rejecting your house. The buyers are rejecting your price, whether it's price, location, or condition, whether it's one of those three, but we have to figure that out while we're on the market, right? But if you are overpriced, then buyers are rejecting your house. But if it was priced correctly and it's on par with what the average days on the market are in your neighborhood, then it was priced right from the beginning. And then again, it always boils back down to the motivation of why you're selling your house in the first place. If you are listing it a little bit below market value to get buyers to compete for it, or you're listing it below market value because of you have some condition issues going on with the house, whatever the case is. But just because you get an offer right away does not mean you were priced low at all. So don't think that by any means. Myth number 5 is you can always depend on online home valuations like Zillow. Man, this couldn't be further from the truth. Okay, this one actually gives a lot of agents a big headache. I swear it's even. Let's take Zillow for example. Zillow had even the owner or the founder of that Zestimate, his house was inaccurate when it came to the market value of his place. So you can't always rely on that, and it could be more, it could be less. So don't ever rely on online estimates such as Zillow or any other home valuation landing pages and things of that nature. You don't want to completely rely on that. Yes, it may give you some sort of idea, but just understand it is not 100% accurate, and you're not going to get a very accurate measure of how much your home is worth without talking to an appraiser or without talking to the realtor who can show you actual true data in front of your own eyes for you to determine what your house is, right? Or the value of your house is. So you don't want to rely totally on them. If you want to look at your estimate, take it with a grain of salt. If you want to submit online home valuation requests, even to our own website, take it with a grain of salt, right? We have a full disclosure even on our website whenever people do enter their addresses in to figure out what their home valuation is. We do have a little disclosure there that says it's not always 100% accurate, and so it's best for us to here's your valuation, but if you want a more accurate measure of what that looks like, then we can give you a call or come out to your property and take a look at it. Myth number 6 is open houses sell homes like crazy. No, they don't. So the recent report the recent report and statistics from NAR, which is the National Association of Realtors, stated that only 2% of all home buyers in the United States found their house that they live in through an open house. That's only 2% of all buyers, right? That is an insanely low number. I'm not saying by any means that open houses do not work. I'm not saying that open houses can provide opportunities to get more buyers or more traffic through, and they can tell somebody, which then in turn can tell somebody. I'm not saying they don't work. I'm not saying that by any means, but I am saying that only 2% of buyers have found their house through an open house. So take that with what you will. Do with that information what you want. I said that all jacked up, but you get my point. If you want to have an open house done, we are not totally against it. We can do an open house for you. It's part of some of the marketing plans that we do with some of our newer agents, but in this case, I just wanted to inform you that only 2% of home buyers have actually found their property through open houses. So myth number 7 is all renovations are created equal. Now this one right here, you have to be extremely cautious on because You don't want to pump a lot of money into your house thinking that you're doing a really good job at renovating it and making it super beautiful, when in reality, all you're doing is wasting your money. I did cover in one of my previous videos that I did a full prepping your house for sale and discussing renovations. And then I did one that's selling as is or fixing it up, and what repairs to stay away from, what repairs to do that can give you your most return on investment. So I can leave a link in the video description down below, or I'll leave a card up here at the top if you guys are watching this on YouTube. But either way, all renovations are not created equal. I would highly suggest that you contact your agent, whether it's me or whether it's somebody else. Contact your agent first and discuss with them what renovations you should do, if any, right? I've had some people say that their house is totally hideous and they don't like it. I go out there and it's stunning, it's beautiful, and guess what? It sells in a matter of a day or two. And I could just save them a ton of money. So if you're thinking about doing renovations, please reach out to somebody, please reach out to a professional before you start pumping money into the house. Myth number 8 is the best time to sell my house is in the summertime. No. Well, let me back up. Let me back up for a second. So you need to understand the pros and cons of each, right? So selling in the summertime, you're going to have a lot more competition, right? There's a lot of inventory in the summertime because that is prime time to sell your house. So if you're in a neighborhood that it's in a master plan community, a huge master plan community of thousands of houses, and in the summertime you have 100 houses that you're going to be battling up against, right? All those people in your neighborhood that are selling their house in the summer are now your competitors. That's your competition. So, and that's, like I said, summer is prime time for buying and selling because there's a lot more inventory, typically speaking. Versus in the winter months or the fall months when it's kind of slow, right? Well, here in Houston lately, it's been a madhouse, but traditionally speaking, it's kind of slower in the fall and in the winter. So you don't have a lot of competition to go up against because everyone and their mother isn't selling their house at the exact same time. So that could actually work out to your benefit. But then again, it all depends on your motivation, why you're selling in the first place. Do you have kids in school that you're relocating to a certain area that you can't sell until after the school semester is over with? And so those types of things also obviously you're taking into consideration. But if you have free reign to sell whenever you want to, you need to weigh your pros and cons on that if you're going to sell in the wintertime, if you're going to sell in the summertime. And last but not least, the 9th and last myth is all listing agents are created equal. All right, so this is a big one. Oh man, there's so many things that I can say. I'm not going to say it on this video, but all listing agents are by far not created equal. You need to understand who you're getting, who you're going to hire for the job of selling your house. You need to make sure someone is a professional, someone is not doing this as a hobby to pay for their vacation every year, someone who has ample amount of experience with the type of property that you're asking them to list. All these questions need to be answered, and for one, you need to interview this person that you're considering hiring for the job, and look at their listings. Look at the listings that they have. And see, what do they look like? Do they have professional photography done, or are they taking photographs with their cell phones? That kind of stuff is a big turnoff, right? And it's going to do you absolutely no justice. And 9 times out of 10, it's usually a family member that the person ends up hiring that they just don't care about. And I won't get into it, but all listing agents are not created equal. So it's very important that if you do want an overall pleasant experience and getting the most money for your house, please do your research on the agent that you're about to hire, whether it's myself or somebody else here in the Houston area. Do your research, interview everybody, interview me, interview us, interview all the agents, and then pick the one that you vibe with the most. All right, guys, well, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and give me a thumbs up and hit that bell icon as well. So you'll be able to get the first to be notified whenever we release new videos, which we do each and every single week. And like I said earlier, we do our best to give you guys the best real estate content so you can make your best educated decision whenever it comes to buying and selling real estate. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for today. I'm Andrew with the Lake Team here in Houston, Texas, and I will see you guys next week.